Now, from WYDC TV, this is Big Fox News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Anna Manuel. Tonight, Elmira police continue to investigate that drive-by shooting that happened yesterday on West Water Street. The shooting left one person injured and the suspect is still at large. The victim's condition, we're told, is stable after being shot in front of 209 West Water Street by a man riding a mini scooter. Shop owners called 911 and then the victim was taken to the hospital. Anyone with information about this is urged to call Elmira PD at the number on your screen. Well, right now, it's the time of year where more packages are being delivered throughout the southern tier. Unfortunately, there are criminals trying to poach those packages. Tonight, our Sonia Ellison takes a look at the efforts to try and stop that.
It's officially the holiday shopping season, which means porch pirates are on the rise and in the spirit to steal your packages.
As soon as you can, get them off the porch.
A recent package theft statistics survey found that 26% of all U.S. consumers have had a package stolen from their doorstep at least once.
Not around here. I mean, the closest I can think of is one of my friends in California.
Residents shared best practices to porch pirate-proof your doorstep.
There's a lot of people in my house, so typically we just, quickly get the boxes.
Having family, neighbors, or roommates on the lookout is one tip. Most retailers can also deliver packages on a day you know someone is there. Requiring a signature for package drop-off is another idea, or tell the delivery person to hide the packages in a less visible location.
Not everybody can do that. That or just make sure that, you have a notification on your phone or your computer that you're just able to see when it's coming.
Amazon, FedEx, and UPS can send text alerts once it's been delivered.
Video cameras.
Ring doorbell, I think, is the best.
Cameras can deter porch piracy when thieves spot the surveillance. If the package is stolen, you'll likely have video evidence to catch the culprit. Want more security?
Maybe get a container that they can lock. When you order stuff, you can put a code.
Locking delivery boxes keep your packages protected by a passcode. If you are a victim of porch pirates, first contact the retailer and see if they'll make a replacement. If the retailer says no, file an insurance claim under homeowners or renters insurance, but there is a deductible and a police report must be filed. Sonia Ellison, Big Fox News, Corning.
The city of Ithaca announcing they have selected Thomas Kelly as their new police chief. Kelly was a lieutenant of the Schenectady Police Department, survived an on-the-job shooting, and has 23 years of experience in law enforcement. He began his career as a patrol officer, then was promoted to sergeant, then detective lieutenant, and finally patrol lieutenant. Kelly is replacing Ted Schwartz, who was acting chief. Elmira First Arena is getting into the holiday spirit with their decorations. First Arena is looking festive for a fun night of free ice skating slated for next Saturday, December 9th from noon to 4 p.m. with Santa scheduled to visit with gifts. That afternoon, the classic movie Elf will be played during skating and at 4 p.m. for a final showing. Corning Museum of Glass has brought out its annual holiday tree. The tree stands at 14 feet tall and is decorated with over 2,000 glass ornaments created by CMOG Hot Glass show staff. The first holiday ornament tree was showcased in 2008 and was 8 feet tall and had over 600 handmade ornaments. Corning Glass Museum says these ornaments are not for sale, but you can make your own all year at their studio. It's the season for giving, and these machines are making that even easier. 55 giving vending machines are popping up in cities. That's twice as many as last year. The tradition, now in its 7th year, allows passerbys to make a purchase supporting a stranger from around the globe. 3 of those machines were unveiled in New York City's Times Square on Monday.
For $20 to provide 100 polio vaccines. This is part of a campaign to literally eradicate polio from the globe, and you can ensure that 100 kids are going to get that vaccine for $20.
The items in the vending machines range anywhere from $5 to $3,500. They include items like chickens, goats, blankets, hygiene kits, meals, vaccines, and more. The machines will be open from now until December 31st. Today, Americans are saying goodbye to former First Lady Rosalynn Carter and remembering a lifetime of helping others. Madeline Rivera has the story from Atlanta.
Former First Lady Rosalynn Carter's death left a major mark on her home state of Georgia and the nation, who are now remembering her life and decades of public service. Mourners are honoring the life and legacy of former First Lady Rosalynn Carter, from her efforts to destigmatize mental health to championing human rights causes around the world.
She has done so much for, the country as the First Lady, as well as from Georgia, the caregivers, the Habitat for Humanity.
She earned the nickname Steel Magnolia because of her shy public demeanor. Yet she was the driving force behind her husband's rise from a peanut farmer to the presidency. Calling her an equal partner, former President Jimmy Carter invited her to cabinet meetings and sought her advice.
She was a direct confidant in the truest of senses to her presidential husband.
Their marriage lasted 77 years, becoming the longest presidential couple in American history. The former president has been in hospice care since February, but remained by her side.
Their dedication was incredible, and I know that they will meet each other in heaven again.
President Biden, First Lady Jill Biden, Vice President Kamala Harris paying their respects, as well as the former First Ladies for whom Mrs. Carter paved the way.
She really went out of her way to make a difference and change the role.
The 3 days of memorial services will end tomorrow in Plains, Georgia, where she will be laid to rest on the Carter's property. In Atlanta, Mather Rivera, Fox News.
It is the 5th day of a temporary ceasefire between Israel and Hamas, but both sides are now accusing the other of violating the agreement. Nate Foy has more.
Thick smoke rising over the Gaza Strip on Tuesday as Israeli forces claim Hamas violated a temporary ceasefire. The IDF says terrorists detonated at least 3 explosive devices near troops in the northern Gaza Strip. But Hamas blames the Israelis for violating the agreement. Israel has said it will continue its ground campaign in Gaza once the truce ends.
The operational pause, Todd, it's important. We believe that we wouldn't be receiving these hostages without the immense military force that was utilized in order to bring Hamas to the negotiating table.
The temporary ceasefire was extended for another 2 days on Monday. At least 10 more hostages are released Tuesday as part of the deal. But dozens of Israeli hostages remain, including a 10-month-old baby who may be in the hands of another terrorist group.
They have no home to go back to. Nothing that they knew from their previous life exists. And every family lost someone.
Meanwhile, the break in fighting allows for more humanitarian relief in the Gaza Strip. Sources tell Fox News the U.S. plans to increase its humanitarian assistance, with the first of 3 relief flights beginning this week.
We continue to urge and will continue to urge the Israelis as they conduct military operations to do so with the utmost care for innocent civilian life.
U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken will visit Israel again this week to discuss possibly releasing more hostages. In northern Israel, Nate Foy, Fox News.
A look at your forecast is next. Plus,
wondering if your holiday gifts will be delivered on time? Well, President Biden says U.S. supply chains are stronger than ever. I'm Rebecca Castor in Washington with the details coming up.
Now, your Twin Tiers forecast from Big Fox.
Good evening and happy Tuesday. We can see just outside of those Great Lake areas, those winter weather alerts in place from those lake effect warnings as that really first big event set up across the area. Now, that did usher in some light snow showers even for some areas falling underneath some of those winter weather advisories. But what we're noting is that most of these alerts are going to fall apart as we head through the overnight. As what we're seeing is that currently we have that lake effect that is working its way to the southeast. So creating some of these banding areas where even over a foot of snowfall has been able to accumulate. But what we'll note is that actually a warm front is going to be lifting north. So you can see pushing those snow bands to the north as the southerly wind is going to push into the area. Now, as that warm front lifts in, that's going to allow for some cloudiness around how much precipitation falls. It's looking to be minor, if anything. What we'll just note is that there is going to be some moisture in place, though forcing is looking to be minor. So as we look at the potential snowfall accumulation accumulation. You can see where some of those banding features were setting up today. So still some of those models grasping that potential, but most of any accumulations that are occurring overnight are expected to be light, but there's at least going to be a dusting for some again as that system is going to be pushing north with that wind coming now out of the south, pushing that lake effect system out of the region. It's also going to be able to bring some warming temperatures to the area. We're still going to stay a little bit on the cooler side. It's going to take some time to bring in some warming, but even from Wednesday into Thursday, we're going to go from the 30s to those 40s, setting up for a pretty pleasant Thursday and last day of November. However, we do have a weather concern of battling some breezy conditions as our next low pressure system will be on approach. That is going to bring us an active pattern into December, but what we'll note is that we do hang on to mild temperatures, which could keep us more rainy than snowy. So something we're watching. Here, though, as we work our way into our Wednesday, we'll start off the day into those teens to 20s where there is more of a dense snowpack. Note that temperatures will be a touch cooler, but we'll work into seeing some areas of some sunshine. Again, there will be some areas of that precipitation that tried to pop up, especially by the end of the day. So that's going to usher in some cloud cover, maybe a stray area of a rain sprinkle flurry possible, especially with temperatures just around that freezing mark, but accumulation expected to be extremely minor. But what we'll see is that that warm front is going to bring us warming. So as we held into those mid 30s for high temperatures tomorrow, we quickly watch those temperatures get back into those 40s as we head into our Thursday. We'll start off into those mid 20s, but we do extend towards those seasonable highs, which sits around 43 for this time of the year, and area-wide sunshine and 40s are on the board. And we don't even stop the warming from there. There may be a few days where we even hit the 50s. However, what's going to restrict some of that extent well into those 50s is going to be more of a rainy weather pattern. So December starting on Friday does bring more of a fall-like forecast with staying above freezing and keeping us mostly rain showers into next week.